Happy Wednesday, everybody. Sorry to say it's just me tonight, and I'm just going to let you know that we did not have a guest this week. I did have 3 recorded interviews from overseas with some gals, so I thought this was a perfect opportunity to show you all one of them. And this gal is full of energy. Her name is Nathalie Tacq, and she's from Belgium. She when she was little, she was in Ohio, actually, where her dad worked, and he took training. And when she got older, she started flying with her dad back in Belgium. And she is a paramotor pilot. She says there's not many of them over in her country, so she's one of very few. So I gave Deweese and Krista the night off, and I hope you enjoy the interview. Bear with me. It was a Sunday morning for me. I had to get up early for that. And if you're interested in sticking around, I'm going to do a little outro also. And if anybody wants to hang out afterwards for an after show, you're more than welcome. So sit back and enjoy. Welcome, everybody, to Girls Just Want to Fly. And tonight we have a recorded interview with Nathalie Tacq from Belgium. Thank you, Nathalie, for joining us. So we're doing this on a Sunday evening for you, Sunday afternoon, and it is 9 a.m. here for me. And I showed her our snowy runway. And what kind of weather do you have over there in Belgium?
Here it's actually starting to get a little bit better the winter because we have a lot of rain and windy days during the winter. So yeah, yesterday I actually got my first flight in since a long time. So we're back in the game.
So why have you been out in, I think your post said 3 months you haven't flown? Why is that?
Yeah, so we have been building a new house.
Oh.
So we had to put a lot of time and effort in that. A lot of friends have been flying during our work here. So every time I got a little bit pain of them flying, but it keeps you motivated to get back as fast as possible.
So what kind of weather did you have yesterday when you flew?
In the morning, there was like 0 wind. But the time that we started to fly was about noonish. Because it got a little warmer, and then we got some gusts, but it was perfect for a forward launch.
Okay, great. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you originally from? Where are you from now?
I always lived in Belgium, except 4 years. I lived with my parents in the US, in Ohio. When I was very small. Yeah, it's been a long time. We've been back since 2001. Actually, with a 9/11, we came back home just after that. So since then, I've been living here in Belgium, around the area where my parents brought me up. And I'm actually 29 this year. And I work in the pharma business. So I sell medication to doctors and specialists.
Oh, okay.
So
That's got to be a busy job also.
Yeah, so the hours and the combinations sometimes with flying, I can be lucky and finish early, but I can also have long days or evenings with a lot of science presentations, for example. So, but it's fun.
Right. So what got you into the sport?
Actually, my dad, he started flying in the US. In the days when he started, he had to drive 2 hours to Akron to be able to get some lessons in and to use equipment because when he started, it was not as big of a sport as it is now. So the flying has been in the family since I was little. And I actually started flying here in Belgium. I went with him to a lot of events. There I started kiting my wing or a wing from a friend while my dad was in the air. So I was kiting on the ground and practicing, waiting until I was allowed to get in the air. And then in 2012, I had my first flight.
Nice. Speaking of that with the kids, that's one thing that I've seen at a lot of the fly-ins. The parents have little kites for them, and it's pretty cute to see that.
Yeah, nowadays they have little kites and it's much easier to handle the kite. But when I was starting, it was like a big wing. Uh, so it was tough on a small girl, but therefore I got a good training.
Yeah. Do you know who your dad got trained by in Ohio?
No, I
Probably
really
not.
don't know. I should have to ask him. No idea.
What did your parents do in Ohio?
My dad worked for Rubbermaid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And my mom
Nice.
was just at home and helping the community.
Good.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you started?
So I think I was about 21, I think something like that, 2021.
Okay.
Yeah. I was a bit later than the kids that now start. I think they start a little earlier, but my mom was a bit scared of me starting to fly in the air. Uh, but I
How
think it
about
was a good age to start actually.
how about your mom? Did she ever take a flight?
No, no.
No.
She did some duo when we were on events or at events, but otherwise, she's not very interested in our sport.
What did she think of doing the tandem or the duo?
Oh, yeah, she really loved the view
Yeah.
and the free feeling that, but like if I ask her to come now and do a duo, she says, "Oh, let somebody else. I already done that. It's okay."
I'm good.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, so one thing I guess I failed to mention that you are a paramotor pilot, not a
Yeah.
paraglider, correct?
No, never done paragliding as well. Never tried it. Always with my motor.
That's one thing I'm kind of wanting to try, but I'm not sure. I don't like
Yeah,
the
same.
bumpy thermals.
The conditions that they fly in, I don't know if it's gonna be my thing. I like it when it's nice and smooth. Okay, once in a while you got some bumps, but the thermals. But I don't like the conditions of paragliding.
I hear you.
I
All
also
right,
think you have to know the region very well to have a good controlled flight when you're doing paragliding.
definitely. Yep. So what type of equipment do you have?
So I'm currently flying a Power to Fly with a Monster 185. Um, I think some of the women might think the 185 is a heavy motor to fly with, but I really love the power.
Yep,
Once in summer, you have some hot days. It's easy if you have some extra power to have an easy takeoff.
definitely. I fly one of those also.
Oh, right. Cool. Nice.
Yep, yep. Um,
Yesterday, I actually flew the Atom 80 from Vitorazzi. It was my second time flying that motor, but I actually loved it as well. It's very light, and I experienced a much faster takeoff because it's so much lighter. Uh, it's also very good. I loved it.
which one would you prefer?
I'm really doubting. I don't know. I think I'm going to stay on the Muster 185 because I like to do trips like in Spain, for instance. And if you're on heights, it's like I said, I really like the extra power that I always have in reserve if I need it. But like I think the Atom 80 is a very good motor to start the season,
Start.
just to
Yep.
have those easy takeoffs again and to build up the confidence. I think that's what I really needed also yesterday.
Now, you were just borrowing the Atom 80 yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
From a friend, I thought I read.
Yeah, yeah. A friend of mine is a dealer here in Belgium. We have this group we always fly with together, so it's nice we can lend another motor or try another wing whenever we like.
All right, seeing that we're talking about equipment, what kind of wing? And then before I forget, I want to ask also, you have a flight suit, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask also where, before I forget on that, the name of the company or where you got that from also. So,
I'm actually flying a Dudek Snake, an 18. I started with a Revo from Paramania, just to have like the stable flights, no acro like that. But the Snake is a little more easier to handle. The turns are much easier. I've been flying it for I think 6 years now, and for the moment, I would not change my wing. Actually, once you got a good wing, why not stay with it? I say.
right.
um, and my suit I fly with, it's actually a jean suit because I like the colors. They change every season or every 2 seasons, the colors. And it's a good combination to fly in the summer and also in the winter. Sometimes you have like very thick suits that are not very comfortable for in the summer. I like to fly with a suit in the summer as well. You never know that you have a bad landing.
I
So
so do you have like a inner, or is it a separate suit, like a 5 layer and then like a smaller, like, or a 1 layer suit, or do they make them that way?
yeah, it's like 2 layers, I think. A microfiberish inside, and then a windproof on the outside. And
Okay.
then I add some layers during winter.
What colors again do you have?
I have a nice blue, like a bit
Blue.
on the screen. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
And my wing is blue and red.
Blue and red. Okay. Good. Yeah, because I'm looking at a suit. My husband just got one from Blue Sky Blue,
Yeah.
and he loves it. And
I
it
know you
was,
have like different types of suit. Like here in Belgium, we have suits that have a zipper here, so you can put the top part off and then tie it around your waist. But you also have like suits that open like two
yeah,
zippers, and then you have like a flap here that you
yep.
can put down. Yeah, it depends on what you do with your suit after you fly. A lot of people just leave it off, but if it's like a cold day, I like to keep it on.
Do
Just
they have nice pockets, places for
yeah, I
radios
think
and
I have two here. So I put my cell phone and a radio, and then I got two by my thighs for like some gloves. And I also always have a mirror that is like clicked on the zipper just to check how much I still have left, so I don't
oh,
have a failure because I have no um, gallons
fuel?
left.
Yep,
Yeah, fuel left.
yep. Let's see. Do you keep track of flights? About how many do you think you're at, or if you know?
I don't actually know my total flights, so I think it's about 10 years I fly.
Wow.
And let's say some seasons we have like a lot of good weather that we fly like almost every evening after work. But then other seasons it's been poor. Like last season was not a very good season for us here in Belgium. And then if I do an international trip, like for a week, the hours go up very fast.
Oh, I bet.
I think I'm about at between the 50 and the 80 hours a year, something like that.
Wow. Okay. So, what countries have you been to then with flying?
Most we've done like Spain. France is not far for us, so if they have like fun events, we always go there as well. It's always a party after the flights. Um, I've done Italy as well, and the US is on my bucket list.
Well, let us know when you come over.
Yeah, of course I will. I hope to come to one of the big events you guys organize.
Yeah,
But
definitely. Let's see. Do you use apps on your phone for flying?
No, I know a lot of friends use PPG on their phone to track their flights, for instance. But I'm more like, let's just fly and enjoy. In the beginning, I used like GoPro and stuff like that to video record all my flights. But I like to fly light for the moment, just enjoy with our own eyes what
Right.
we have from scenery.
I know, and it's like our eyes, and then looking back at it on video, it just still doesn't even,
No, no.
it's
Someone
not
who
the
doesn't
same.
fly does not understand the feeling we have in the air and what we see. It's crazy.
Definitely. So what, if and when you're ready to purchase new equipment, what kind of equipment would you get?
I know a lot of the drift air is coming up, like from Dudek. That's a wing that I might want to try this year. And I don't know, maybe I go to the Atom 80 from Vitorazzi, a power to fly, just to have the more easier flights because I think with my muster and the gallons of fuel we take for a woman, it's maybe sometimes tough running. But that would be my next change, I think. I've been thinking about a little trike as well, just to make it easier. But I think now I'm still young, so why not try and keep on running? So I have the opportunity to try a trike because my dad has one, but I didn't do it yet.
Does your dad still fly?
He actually made the decision to stop this year due to health issues.
Oh,
So I'm very sad. He's not flying anymore, but he comes and joins us on the event, so that's fun.
yeah. I'll tell him to hang on to his trike then for you.
Yeah, I think he's trying to do that.
Let's see. What are some of your scariest moments?
It's a combination, actually. My scariest and one of the most beautiful together, because sometimes always the smoothest flight. I did a trip with my dad. Sorry, I forgot to mention that, to Scotland. And we did a tour there with our van and our motors. It was amazing. You only have to have in your mind, okay, if it's bad weather, it's the same like in Belgium, for instance. So all the flights we have are great flights. And we actually flew to the Glenfinnan viaduct. It's the viaduct where the train passes from Harry Potter. So it's like, yeah, it was like a movie. We had like
Wow.
a window of 20 minutes to get up in the air, to make it to the place where we had to be to see the train. So it was very exciting. But the train viaduct is between three mountains. So you have like three different winds that are coming together. So there was a lot of turbulence where we were waiting to see the train. That's why it was one of my scariest, because we had to do a lot of piloting just to keep the wing under control. But then
Yep.
once you see the train, it's like, wow, it's been so worth it. Once the train was gone, I was like, okay, bye guys, I'm going back to the field now.
Saw the train. I'm out.
Straight away. Yeah, but
What
I
are
got
some
my
of your,
phone out to take the pictures. So
oh, so what are some of your best moments?
I have actually a picture here next to me. My dad made this because this is actually one of our greatest flights together. I don't know if you can see it a bit.
Oh, yes. Very
So this is
nice.
actually the desert of Guadix in Spain, in the south of Spain. And
Beautiful.
yeah, it's amazing. It's We were with a couple of pilots there, and the mountain you can actually see on the photo is a mountain where they do paragliding. So we landed on a paragliding spot there, but it was amazing. It's actually right in front of the Sierra Nevada. So on our right hand side, we had the Sierra Nevada, and then Guadix Desert.
Nice. Yeah, that, and
Recommend.
you flew there with your dad?
Yeah, we actually did
Oh,
like a cross country. We had a van that followed us and had a 7-day trip.
oh wow. Very
Yeah.
nice. So my next question is, do you do acro?
No, I'm actually more of a cruiser. My friends do a lot of acro, but I just like to video call them.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive to see them
Yeah,
do that. That's for sure. I
yeah,
know
they're
I don't
very
do
good
it either.
actually. Some of them are doing the competition of slalom here in the European region, and I'm very proud of them actually. So they're doing good.
Nice. So when does that take place?
In Belgium itself, we don't have a slalom competition because we don't have big enough lakes to keep it safe. But they go like, for instance, I think they're now going to Czechia. They've been everywhere in Poland. Bornos is one of the bigger places that every year they go to. It's a very nice lake. I also flew there. Very nice accommodation, actually, also to go.
Okay. That would be a fun thing to see, I would think also.
Yeah, I've never watched them live, only on the Facebook Live that they do then
Yep.
during the competition. But I hope to get there one day with them together to give a good support.
I'll have to watch for that when that comes out. All right. So, do you have anything that scares you about this sport?
Above the sport, like what I would be afraid of in the air, or
Um, I guess anything. What
I'm
do you
scared
have
of
a
heights actually when I'm on a mountain, but not when I'm flying.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah, like you mentioned, actually, you also are maybe afraid of heights, but it's so much different. I think it's because you lose contact with the ground that you don't have the fright anymore.
Yeah. But if my wing starts bouncing around, then I get nervous. I just got
Yeah,
to get over
same.
that fear. Yeah.
What I try to do is to look for a different height because a lot of times you're maybe in an inversion or just lower your inversion. Like in summer, it can be very bumpy, but once you're above, it's nice and cool and stable. So that's what I give as a tip. Maybe try and look for another layer where it's like a
Yep.
little more stable. And then once you go in for the landing, maybe you have to go back down through the bumpiness, but it's much more easier because you had a stable flight. Then it's just
Yep.
like a couple seconds.
Have you ever experienced the inversion of the weather? Like where it's
Yeah,
cooler down below? Isn't that cool?
yeah. In summer, it's crazy. It's really
Yep.
nice to then go up into the air and be like, oh, it's so much better here. Let's stay.
Yep. I know when I was training, it was hot and humid and the bugs were out. And it's like, I just wanted to hurry up and get into the sky to get cooled off and get away from the bugs.
Yeah, like here in Belgium, we don't have like the temperature difference like you have, I think, in the air. But we also felt it due to climate change. I think the weather is also changing here. So
Yep.
the summers are getting hotter.
I noticed ours, I think they were in fall twice. I think that I've really experienced the
The heat,
major
like, yeah,
inversion. Yeah, it was like a cool, foggy morning, the dew on the grass, and then it kind of cool, and then you get up about, I don't know, 300 feet, and then it was like felt like 10
yeah.
degrees warmer. It's pretty cool.
Then you have like a lot of layers on from
Yeah,
from like
exactly.
it's not that hot outside. Let's put another layer on, and
Yep,
then once you get up in there, wow.
yep. Last
Now
fall, that was one of them. I remember. Yeah.
I always
So
put one more layer on than I would first because I love the heat instead of having cold and like waiting until you can land again. I always use gloves as well, but I put them on in the air just to have a good control of the wing on the ground.
Yep, that's my major hate right now with winter is I hate wearing gloves. We've got a thin layer that are a battery operated and they go
Oh,
through
cool.
each finger and they're awesome. But when it's super cold here, we need that extra outer shell, the windproof.
Yeah.
and
Can
I
you
just
send me a
cannot.
link of those thin ones with that?
Yeah, we purchased them through a company
Because
in
the
Canada.
heavy ones, and it's you cannot feel anything about of your line. Very
Yep. I
easy
will send you.
for
I
the
lost you here for a second.
take off. Sorry.
There, I will send you some pictures of that. And offhand, right now,
Perfect.
I don't know the name of it, but it was a company out of Canada that we purchased them from.
Okay,
So,
maybe we can also let them
oh,
come overseas.
I'm being told Motion in Heat, I believe they're called.
Okay, let me write
Yeah,
that down.
yeah, they're like a neoprene, and you can either tuck the battery, which is maybe inch and a half by inch and a half, into the wrist area.
Yeah,
Um, Otherwise, you can wear like the wire around and
and in your
uh,
suit.
into your sleeves. Yep,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
just put the batteries into a pocket, and then they
And
just
what
hook up
option do
to
you do? Do you put it around your neck or in at your wrist?
a. When I've got my winter jacket on, I've got a middle zipper, so I just put those batteries. I use that wire,
Yeah,
that harness, and then I tuck those batteries into my middle pouch because they
yeah,
come out from underneath my jacket.
yeah.
My husband was finding that he is having a hard time because in his new wingsuit he doesn't have any inside pockets to
Mm,
put them in.
yeah,
So he's using the batteries right on the wrist, and it's real tight for me. I've got like
yeah.
an extra small glove, and
And
they're
like, do
super
you have
tight on my
any
hand.
toughness with the throttle then, or not?
No, not with just wearing those, not at all. And
Okay,
then they've
okay.
got the little leather strap on the fingertips, for the phone.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that's also good.
yep,
Handy.
yeah,
Okay, I'll see if I can find
I
them
love
online.
those.
Maybe.
Yeah, those are awesome. But then when I have to put the outer shell on, it just gets too bulky for
Doesn't.
me. I would
Yeah.
rather get up in the air, make sure my wing is up, and then try to put my gloves on. But half the time, I don't like parking my throttle, and
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
do
know.
that either. I always keep my throttle in my hands just
Yeah,
for
yep.
safety.
Otherwise, you got to get real high and then just start gliding and worry about getting that glove on.
Yeah,
and
and worrying about
those
not
gloves
pushing
are
the button.
and the gloves are kind of tight on me. I mean, I wear them. I've got, like I said, either the extra small or small
Yeah.
glove. So,
Here
um,
is all the sizes are very big for the gloves. I think
yeah.
it's because only men wear them.
Do you wear gloves like during the summer?
No,
No.
not
Okay.
during the summer. No, but
I think I'm
sometimes you
gonna
have like
start
cold
though.
hands in the evening. But
Yeah, I've
the
got.
view and the free feeling just takes all the pain of the cold away.
I know. So one of my co-hosts, her name is Deweese. She's also a trike flyer, and
Mhm.
right before Christmas, she had a launch, and she was trying to, I guess, get up crosswind, and she ended up rolling her trike, and it with the throttle in her hand and that strap that goes around her hand, it dragged and it peeled off her skin,
Oh wow!
um, and she's dealing with recovery right now, and it's healed up very well. But from that incident, I think I'm going to start even just like little summer motorcycle gloves
Yeah,
I've got.
yeah, it
Just
protects.
wearing those. So,
Yeah,
I mean, think of that. I mean, and from when she sent me the picture of her being in the hospital to the injury, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely wearing gloves from now on.
that's a
So,
good idea
smart,
actually.
smart move. Yeah. So, when do you like flying? Do you like flying more towards the morning? I guess I don't really have a preference as long as I know that it's good air.
Yeah, the same. In the
When,
evening, I really love the sunsets,
yep,
just because it's a little warmer in the evening. But a sunrise flight is always, yeah, great. I think those are the best moments in the day.
I agree.
But like during the winter, I like the flights during the day, like around noonish, just in the afternoon. Like I said, it's just a little warmer than in the morning. Like last night, we had like -2 Celsius. I don't know in Fahrenheit what that is.
I'll have to look that up. So we were just talking about you, Deweese. This is
I'm,
Hello.
Natalie.
hi, I'm sorry I'm late. I slept late. I was up
That,
late last night.
that's okay, you
No
party animal.
problem.
We were just talking about gloves and how, because of your incident, wearing
How
gloves even
important they
during the
are.
summer. Yeah.
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 It's a good
So,
recommendation. I only fly with gloves in the winter because it's colder, but I always fly with my suit because of maybe a failure in landing. So actually, gloves are a very good trick to give
Yeah.
as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would.
It's a very good idea. I'm Deweese, by the way.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Natalie.
Nice to meet you.
I think Krista's at a possibly camping and a fly-in maybe. But I know it was last minute for both these gals that I asked them to join in.
Yeah.
So my apologies.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm
So
just
do you
glad I
have,
caught it.
yeah. So any questions that you have, Deweese, just shoot them out because I've asked pretty much all of mine. Other than I just want to ask, do you have any other family members? So you said your dad did fly up until
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
No, for the moment, nobody else is self-flying. Actually, they like to go on duo flights, but nobody else is training for the moment.
Okay.
You fly a paramotor or you paraglide?
Paramotor.
Paramotor? Yeah. Oh, awesome. Where do
And
you live? You live in Belgium?
Yeah, in Belgium, in the north part actually of Belgium,
Oh,
on the coast side.
cold.
Yeah, I think colder than, well, you have cold weather now maybe, but it's
Oh,
getting
well,
hotter
no.
here.
Yeah,
and
it's
get
getting
this,
warm here. Yeah.
Deweese, she lived in Ohio when she was little.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for
Oh,
four
wow.
years. But it's
Wow.
since 2001 we are back, so my English is not as good as it used to be, but
Oh,
it's
it's
good to
pretty good.
practice again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're
great.
doing great.
It's really, really, really good English. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Let's see. What else? What else can you share with us?
Maybe bucket list locations
Yeah,
that I think is interesting for other paramotor pilots. There's this one place in Egypt with the pyramids that is very in to fly to.
that
And
is
it's
my
been
bucket list
years.
too.
Yeah, we should go together. That would be fun
Be
to be
awesome.
there. It's been several years already on my list together with my dad. But to transport your gear to there is for me a bit difficult. I don't want any damage done. I don't think they always have the good respect for equipment on airplanes. So
Right.
I
You'll
could
have to
rent.
find out. Do they rent? Yeah.
Yeah, I asked also to rent, but you're used to your own equipment. So yeah.
Yeah, and you trust your own equipment. You don't know about how you can trust theirs.
True.
Yeah,
Like if you see I know it's trustable because a friend from Spain is also situated there in the region. So I know, I think it's pop motors that they have, the pop. I don't know. Do you know pop?
PAP motors.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's mostly that they fly with. But I just not got there yet. And like I
yeah.
said, the US is also on my list.
Jenny, who were those people? I can't remember who it was we had on our on. Eric had on his show that does the Egyptian tours. Who was
Emilia,
that?
yeah,
Who is it
it's
again?
Emilia.
Yes. And I'm trying to get her to come on my show also.
Yeah,
Emilia Platt. Very
Yeah.
yeah.
nice. Yeah, I've met her on our trips in Spain, uh, together with Karen. I don't know if you know Karen
Karen
Skinner.
Skinner. I've
Has
been,
she been on the show yet?
no, not yet.
Also, good one. You can ask her.
Everybody's
Tell
busy.
say
Everybody's
my
busy traveling.
regards. The
I'm
time difference
trying.
is also not that easy. I think maybe to make it work.
Right. I've had Sylvia Tacq come on, and she was, I believe, in France, but from Spain.
Yeah.
I had her come
Yeah.
on, and she was my first from um, Europe area,
Yeah.
and um,
Here in
I had,
Belgium, we don't have a lot of female pilots. In the beginning, when I started training, I think we were like about 10. I have a picture also of the women who were flying that moment. But I think like active female pilots were about 3 or 4.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Two new female pilots have started this year. They are a little
Wow.
younger than me, so they're one is flying a trike, a silver, I think it's called. It's like a
well, you'll
vintage.
have to get me names,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I'll
yes,
try
I
and
can't
get.
believe I can't believe that many women don't fly in
I
Europe.
know it's crazy. I don't know why. I don't know. Is
I
it
think
the
it's
motor
more
that makes them afraid? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's more paragliding, I find. That's why I was really happy to see that you were a paramotor pilot. So,
Yeah.
Here in Belgium, we don't have actually a lot of opportunity to do paragliding just at the coast, like some soaring, but we don't have like the mountains to do. We have to go to France to do that.
how far are you from France then? You said it's not too far.
Oh no, I'm 30 minutes from the border.
Oh,
We go a lot to Reims. That's like the region of the Champagne. It's a very
mm,
nice region to fly in. And then in the south, you have Annecy, where they do a lot of paragliding. But I've not been there yet.
I have a friend that rides a motorcycle, but actually she's here in the States right now. She lives in Belgium and she just came over here. She's her sister lives in Texas and she's here
Uh-huh.
right now for a visit. But she lives
And
in
where are you
Belgium.
from?
She's from somewhere in Belgium,
And in the
but I can't
north
remember.
part, is she French speaking or Flemish?
She's English speaking. But, I can't. She speaks Belgium, but I can't remember where exactly she's from. I'll have to text her and see where she's from.
Yeah. So in Belgium, you have the north part that is Flemish speaking, and the south part that is French speaking. Um, that's
Oh, wait a minute. She speaks German.
then she's maybe from the right side of Belgium. That you have like a little part that speaks German as well.
Yeah.
But
She
like a
speaks
really
German.
small part.
Yeah.
does she
She
fly,
did,
Luis?
no, she's a motorcycle friend.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, that's how I met her, through a motorcycle group.
So
Oh,
you
okay.
ride also a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Both
Yeah.
Luis and I do.
Oh, really? Like a
Yeah.
Harley Davidson or
Yep.
Yeah, Harley.
nice.
Yep. We've got
Yeah.
Harleys, but since we started flying, they've probably put on 12 miles in the last 2 years.
Randy said they've got dust on them.
Yep. And now we just bought little Honda Groms, and I love that better than I think my Harley.
I think it's heavy, no? Just to get a start.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that little Grom is just so lightweight, and it does. I can get it up to, I think I got it up to 62, but going down a hill, but
Yeah, cool.
so, um, married, single, boyfriend. I know you've got a significant other.
Yeah, I'm married since just before COVID. We just had a wedding party that was actually one of the last parties that we had with our friends, so it was fun. We got that one to do.
What month did you get married?
In August.
August. We got married in July, right before
Also,
COVID.
really? Oh, congratulations.
Yeah,
Cool.
you too.
Thanks.
We
Congrats.
got married in August about 35 years ago.
Wow, that's something we're working on. Wow.
So, does he fly?
No, he doesn't fly and not very interested in the sport as well. Sometimes he comes and watches me do like a takeoff, for instance. He likes to bike with a cycling bike, like the light
Yep,
ones.
I
And
did
so
see that.
he passes by sometimes with his bike. But if there's like a party in the evening, he comes by after
All
the
right,
flying.
so I'm going to share some pictures I stole off of your page.
Oh, you.
This
That's one
was
from
from
yesterday.
yesterday, wasn't it?
I think the smile says enough.
Right. And I'll play this one. Oh,
Eat your
I guess
breakfast. Jean, eat your breakfast.
I guess I screwed that one. Here we go. I can hear you yelling.
Yeah, I always have the yell. I don't know if I do a great landing as well. I always am very expressive.
You're so cute. And you
That's
ski.
Yeah, that's us like a couple of weeks ago, and next week we're on the vacation again to go ski. Due to COVID, we have a lot of things we have to do this year.
Where that looks beautiful there.
It's in Avoriaz, France. It's like right to the border of Switzerland, and it's a village where there are no cars are allowed, so you can do everything on the skis. It's great.
Wow. I thought these were amazing.
Oh,
Thank
that's a
you.
nice picture. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And that's the suit she was talking about that.
Yeah. Yep. Now I'm flying another motor than the one on the picture. I have an electric starter now. It's so much easier for like women.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually Paramoto pilot who did the shoot. He asked, "Oh, please let me take pictures of you with your equipment." And
Not like that.
And this is your area here?
yeah, that's a friend of mine. He was flying his wing for the first time. So, as you probably know, it's always a bit of a stress to do the first takeoff. And this was, I think, one of the last flights we did last year.
Beautiful area.
Yeah, it's the very west part of Belgium. I assume you always have a group of friends where you fly with as well, or are you more solo flyers?
Well, for us, we're in the northern part of Wisconsin, and it's just myself and my husband.
Yeah,
We do have one gentleman that lives down about a half hour south of us that we try to get together once in a while.
that's not
Um,
that far. 30
no,
minutes. Yeah,
and that's
it's
where I'm from originally, and my parents live down there.
yeah.
And other than that, we've made so many great friends throughout the US by the sport and the show. My husband does a show on Tuesday nights with guys called Tuesday Night Hangouts. And I met Deweese in Tennessee at a fly-in called Moonshiners and found out she flies the same type of trike I do. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
the last picture was in Scotland. Actually, that was one of
wow,
the great
that just
flights.
looks like a painting.
Yeah. It's
That's
someone who
beautiful.
took it with a great camera as well. I don't fly with like a big camera. I always use my phone just to take picture. I don't know if you take a camera on the trike.
Yep. Just my phone.
Yeah, also.
Yeah. Anyway, lost
I
my
have three
screen.
cameras on my trike. I
Oh,
have one on
really?
the front, mounted on the front, and then, well, actually four. I have one on the front, two on the bars on the front, and then one on my helmet.
And like cameras, GoPros, or like to take
Well, the one on
photos.
the front is a what is that? It's a Garmin, and
Yeah,
two on the side are GoPros, and the one on my helmet is a GoPro.
cool. So you have a lot of pictures and video recordings to make
But yeah,
videos.
I'm hoping the GoPros don't give out because a lot of times they'll quit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
my
battery.
problem too. I've got three of them, and usually either none of them work, or I can get one to work.
Yeah.
Just
Those
frustrating.
batteries are so I don't know how you say it. They're gone in a second filming. Like
Very personable.
Yeah.
So what's
this is
this
a
one? What are
picture
you guys
in
doing?
Reims, so in the Champagne. Last summer, we flew like 3 days, like the whole day, just landing, takeoff, drinking something, landing again, like. And these are my friends that we were flying with, and we did like the stairs.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I made a video of them waving, and I didn't know how many people were behind me, so it was like one more and one more and one more. It was crazy. It was nice.
Actually, 4 up there.
That's
I
pretty
see.
cool.
I didn't
Yeah.
see this one.
That's like 5 people.
Yeah, that's a nice stare, I think, from the ground.
Yeah.
So this is my equipment currently. So that's the blue I really love, because it's like powerful blue. And
Is that the power to fly?
yeah, and it's a hydro dip. It's nice. It's a bit more unique than
Did
just
you
one
do the
color.
hydro dip?
Yeah, I love
Nice.
it. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
I
And
did.
it's easy in fly-ins to find your motor.
Right. That's very cool. I did a hydro dip on my son's baseball helmet once, and turned
Cool.
out pretty
You did
well
it
too.
yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not easy, I think.
And I tried shoes also.
Oh, shoes. Did that work?
Not as well as I thought, but people can get them to work. So,
Let's try. Why not?
right.
This is also a fly-in in Belgium. Like in summer, we have 2 federations in Belgium, and both federations events in different places. So if it's close, and this one was not far from where we are, and it was a very good weekend actually. We got a lot of flights and good evenings. This is a sunset flight we did.
Beautiful. That's pretty.
That's nice.
The last summer, instead of a paramotor trip, I did a biking trip with my husband. We went from Madrid to Valencia. So it's like 500 kilometers. I don't know what the miles is. Is it 1.8 that you have to do? Something like that. So
2.2.
Oh, really? So yeah, you can make an estimation. And we did
Yeah,
it in
2.2.
5 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Never underestimate the importance of having fun. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like to add some quotes to my pictures.
Very cool.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. I was stalking you this morning and getting those.
Luckily, I put a lot of pictures on Instagram and Facebook.
So you are on Instagram.
Yeah.
What is your name on Instagram?
I think it's Nathalie Tacq, just with like a lower stripe.
Okay. All right. And you're on Facebook, obviously. That's where I found you.
Mm-hmm.
And are you on YouTube at all?
No, I don't do YouTube videos actually for the moment.
Okay. So are you a spokesperson at all for any of like Federazzi or anything like a team person or representative?
I got some support from Vitorazzi and Power to Fly, but I'm not fully sponsored or fully flying for a brand. For the moment, I'm still, like I said, with the house. I think if you want to be fully sponsored by somebody, you have to really have the time to invest in a good publicity. So if I do something, I want to do it right, and that's why.
Okay.
But it's fun. I got some support.
That's good. So anything else that you can think of that you want to share? I mean, we're doing this show for women that are new to the sport, are experienced in the sport. Any other tips you want to give to any women?
One of the most important tips is just to enjoy. If you have like a bumpy flight, don't stress, keep control of your wing and just try to concentrate on the view you have or the friends that are flying next to you. Like I said, my dad, he flew a lot alone because the sport was not that big. And as I can hear, you are not with a lot in the region. Here in Belgium, we have like a group of friends, about 10, or sometimes 15 people drive like an hour and a half just to fly together. It's so much fun. And then afterwards, you talk about the flight or your takeoff didn't go as you liked, or I think you learn a lot also by asking somebody to take a video of your takeoffs and your landings just to improve and just keep the confidence. Everybody can do this. I think it's a sport that more people and more women should try, actually.
Definitely is fun and very beautiful once you get into the air, that's for sure.
My favorite flights are the flights when you have like the clouds that you can chase, and it's a feeling that you cannot. I don't know if you've done it before. If you had the opportunity to do this type of flight.
I have, and that's just a few times. One of them was down in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, the little puffy clouds,
Yeah,
and then also at our training area on one of my graduating days, there's a huge river that kind of winds through the area where we were taking off, and the morning fog was rising, and I posted, I said, it feels like I'm in heaven,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
flying
crazy.
next to that.
And
Yeah,
you cannot describe what you are seeing, or you cannot take a picture of the clouds you're flying around. But I think those are
yeah,
the most wonderful flights.
totally.
I agree. Yes.
And I
Deweese, do you
hope
have
to do
anything
an
else?
event together with a lot of women. It's not been possible because of COVID. I know a lot of women have been trying to get like a group together in the US,
Well,
but I hope it will work once.
Right. So if you come over here to the US, you make sure you let us know, and
For
it would
sure.
be fun to be able to get together with you.
Yeah, of course. It would be great.
Deweese, do you have anything?
no, I'm really looking forward to the show. I think she's going to be a great guest. I think everybody's
Thanks.
going to enjoy it. I really
Too
do.
bad it can't be live, actually.
Right. I will let you know when we post it,
Perfect.
probably sometime next month. And definitely. And if you have anywhere that you want to post it, go for it. I'll send you that link and everything else. So,
Yeah, thanks for having me, for
yes,
asking me on the show.
keep in
It's an
touch, and I'll
honor.
let you know if I can ever get over to Belgium to visit
Yeah,
you.
for sure. Always welcome, and we will make sure we have some time to do some flights. That's also something I really like because our community internationally is so small and close by text. I love having people over from Germany or from France just to visit and do a flight together. So
Right. All
you're
right.
always welcome.
Awesome. That's great. I'm glad to
Oh
hear it.
yeah.
You're welcome here too.
Oh yeah. She
Thanks.
can always join in on our chat anytime or join in on the show anytime too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Thanks. Perfect.
You're
You can always
6 or 7
ask. Never
hours
know.
different, so
Yeah.
if you're up in the middle of the night.
You can always ask. You never know.
Right. Exactly. All right. Why don't you just stick around for a little bit, and I'm going to say good night to everybody, and thank you for joining. And please watch Monday night with Clear Prop TV. Tuesday night, we've got the guys and Tuesday night hangouts. And Wednesday night, of course, us. Please give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to us. And Thursday night, paramotor
Talk TV.
talk,
No, talk.
paragliding talk, paraglidingtalk.com. And
That's it.
also the Sunday night guys with Mystery Science, with their
Paramotor.
with Mystery Science Paramotor. Put in a little something for each and every one of us because we like to support each other, and we love flying, and we love having new family members having fun with us. So until next week, fly safe, everyone.
Nothing is untrue. nothing don't matter. It's all notions of our emotions, of everything we are and what we belong to, how we reach our destination. Shadows fading light. We're caught in burning fire, almost falling from the sky. And the sun may tear the wings of us like Icarus. We fly, fly with courage and bravado, fly with passion in our hearts, and realizing the power of love will guide us safe to shore. Calling you a friend, a lover, a fighter. May we never be like strangers, never be afraid in fear of each other. May we keep all we uncover. We're caught in burning fire, almost falling from the sky. And the sun may tear the wings of us like Icarus. We fly, fly with courage and bravado, fly with passion in our hearts, and realizing the power of love will guide us safe to shore. Caught in burning fire, and the sun may tear the wings of us like Icarus. We fly, caught in a burning fire, and the sun may tear the wings of us like Icarus. We fly.